What if I told you that the voice in your head, the one that keeps replaying conversations, imagining worst-case scenarios, and worrying about the future, is not actually helping you? Most people believe that if they think long enough, they'll find peace. But the opposite is often true. The more they think, the more trapped they become. 1,000 years before smartphones, social media, and endless notifications, the Buddha identified the very same problem that millions struggle with today. Not anxiety, not stress, but the restless mind itself. And he offered a surprisingly simple cure. In this video, you'll discover why overthinking happens, why trying to stop it usually makes it worse, and the Buddhist practice that can finally quiet the endless mental noise. Imagine you're lying in bed. It's late. Your body is exhausted, but your mind refuses to sleep. You replay something embarrassing you said years ago. You analyze a message someone sent. You imagine problems that haven't happened yet. And suddenly, one thought becomes 10. 10 thoughts become 100. Hours pass. Nothing changes, except your peace. This is the trap of overthinking. Most people think overthinking is a sign of intelligence.
Have you ever noticed something strange? The mind always seems to be somewhere else. When you're eating, it's thinking about work. When you're working, it's thinking about the weekend. When the weekend arrives, it's worrying about Monday. The mind is rarely here. The Buddha called this restlessness, the constant tendency of the mind to wander away from the present moment. And here's the problem. Here's one of the most powerful insights in Buddhism. You are not your thoughts. Read that again. You are not your thoughts. Most people live as if every thought is true. If the mind says, "I'm not good enough," they believe it. If the mind says, "Something bad is going to happen," they believe it. If the mind says, "They probably don't like me," again, they believe it. But the Buddha encouraged people to observe thoughts rather than obey them. Imagine sitting beside a river. Leaves float past on the water. You don't chase every leaf. You simply watch. Thoughts are the same. They appear, they stay for a moment, then they disappear. The suffering begins when we jump into the river and try to control every leaf. Instead of observing thoughts, we become trapped inside them. And that is why overthinking feels so exhausting. You're fighting a battle against something that never stops producing new material.
So what is the cure? Awareness. Not force, not suppression, not positive thinking. Awareness. The Buddha taught mindfulness as a way of breaking the cycle. When a thought appears, don't fight it. Don't analyze it. Don't follow it. Simply notice it. Notice. A thought has appeared. That's all. Observe it the way you would observe a cloud moving across the sky. Without judgment, without resistance, without attachment. The next time you catch yourself overthinking, try this simple exercise. Take a slow breath. Then ask yourself, what problem am I solving right now? Be honest. Most of the time, the answer will be none. You're simply replaying, predicting, imagining, judging. The Buddha never promised a life without thoughts. He never promised a life without problems. But he showed a path beyond unnecessary suffering. A path where thoughts are seen for what they are. Temporary mental events, not commands, not reality.
not your identity. The next time your mind drags you into endless worry, remember this: you do not have to follow every thought. You can simply watch it pass, like a cloud crossing the sky, like a leaf floating down a river. And in that moment of awareness, you may discover something remarkable. The peace you've been searching for was never hidden in another thought. It was waiting beneath them all along. If this video helped you see overthinking in a new way, subscribe to the Insight Quest for more timeless Buddhist wisdom applied to modern life. And tell me in the comments, what thought do you struggle to let go of the most? Until next time, stay mindful, stay curious, and continue your journey inward.